Hello everyone, Impiator here, and welcome back to my beginner's guide for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This is part 11. So in the last episode we ended up wrapping out the snake. We killed the snake, we got the viscera from that snake. We also ended up beating one of the long-armed giraffes, or long-armed centipedes, which I think was giraffe. And we ended up making it to this place. So we're gonna go ahead and come up here, pick up an adamantite scrap. Now down there is basically where we're eventually going to go. You actually can make a jump off of here, and as long as you grapple the tree, you can actually make it without dying. But we're gonna go down there the normal way. So around the corner here, you're going to see one of these guys lying in wait. There's going to be a bunch of these things lying in wait. Another one right there. We're going to go ahead and get a drop on it. Grab the snap seed. And then another one right there. We're going to climb up. Get this one. So there's a couple over there. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to access them. Not from here, nope. So there's one there. And one there. So over here, there's four more. There's one. There's two. Three. Then the fourth one we'll do a death blow against. Grab a contact medicine. And then we're going to go ahead and drop down here. Pick up an Akko sugar, and then we're going to climb back up here. We'll grab these. And actually, before we do that, I'm going to go down here first. We're going to grapple the tree. Grapple over here for an Ungo sugar. Grapple the tree again. And now we're going to head up. So you can still stealth kill both of these guys. Scrap magnetite. And now we're overlooking a whole bunch of monkeys. So, kind of up to you how you want to do this. And don't worry, we'll get that item that's over there here in a moment. But we want to kill all of them because we'll get monkey booze. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to drop kill one of them. I'm going to get behind them, and I'm going to try to do a blood smoke ninjutsu, and then I'm going to try to use the mortal draw. So that's going to be able to get us quite a few of them. And we get monkey booze for our success. Grab some scrap iron. We're going to drop off here for a pacifying agent. Then we're going to climb up here. We're going to drop down here for this item. Got another Mibu Balloon of Soul. This, by the way, is the boss arena. We're actually not going to go there quite yet. We're going to go explore one of the lower areas first. So we do have 4 prayer beads. I'll go ahead and consume one. For a 5th prayer necklace. This is the other woman, by the way. She's the other one who wants rice. She's pointing you in the right direction of where to find the other serpent. So we're actually going to make it down there now. So we're going to drop down here. There's a couple ways that you can actually do this. There's a path over there that leads to some more of these monkeys. I don't personally think it's necessary, though. So we're going to leap off of here. Get here. Get here. And we have landed. So, at this point, you got a choice to make. You can either walk right through the stuff, or you can equip contact medicine. It is a weak poison that will basically give you... it'll keep you from getting other kinds of poison, but that doesn't do a lot of damage very quickly. So, we can use this in order to be able to walk around. So we got a heavy coin purse. So, these things are a huge pain in the butt. Best thing to do is to mortal draw them if you can. They have a lot of posture, and they're a pain in the butt to deal with, so especially in groups. So we're going to go ahead and grab Ungo's sugar. And this is actually the path to the other snake. However, there are some items that way we're going to end up getting. So I'm going to go ahead and fill back up my health. I'm going to use another contact medicine. And we're actually going to try to get behind an enemy here. I'm also going to go ahead and use the ceremonial Tanto. And I would love it if we could get a puppeteer ninjutsu off of this one that we're about to deal with, but we'll see if that's possible. I'm going to go ahead and also do Sheen Sugar. See if we can get behind some of these enemies. And this is going to be entertaining. Good luck, fellas. Y'all are dead. That thing's gonna kill you. That's how I recommend you dealing with them. He'll gank all of them for you. Once he's done with all of them, he'll die. Sweet. Okay, so we've gotten all the items that are out here, and we're going to go ahead and head to the memorial mob that we just passed up. Okay, so he does have the green mossy gourd. This allows you to block the poison buildup status, so that can be really beneficial. Up to you whether you want to purchase it. It's not super beneficial. Poison is not a super common stat in this game, but it can be beneficial, and we're going for 100% of the items, so I will go ahead and grab... Need a 1800. So eventually I'll come back to buy everything again that he's got for sale. For now, though, I don't like carrying around that much money, so good opportunity to use some on something useful. Alright, so this area is going to get us into dealing with the snake. There's a number of items in here. There's also these enemies that come from the walls, so we want to avoid them. There are also a whole bunch of these, lizards. And at the end of the area, we have another one of these snakes. So we're going to see basically the snake slithering throughout. And let's go. So we'll jump up here. And you can see some of the items in the distance over there. So there are the enemies coming out of the thing. Get those 3 items and then just head back. Whatever you do, don't disturb the snake. Oh. Did I get mixed up? No, okay. So, if you disturb the snake, by the way, these little jets will explode with poison. Definitely don't want to deal with that. So I've got scrap magnetite. So we are now past the hard part. So here is the snake. We're gonna go on along the left-hand side, climb up here. Plenty of spirit emblems for us. So he's gonna get the snake's attention. Once he does, make a run for it. And now we have the dried serpent viscera. So he's going to block off the path. We can go up. For a minute, though, I do want to talk about what's kind of going to happen next. So the viscera that we got, these are key to unlocking some of the alternate endings. So we want to make sure that we get these. At this point, you should have them if you've been following along with my walkthrough. So climb up. Oh, almost forgot the enemy or item. So climb up here. We're going to go around here, drop down for the item. Flying confetti is always good. And you might remember this area. We actually came in from another path via the bottom of the hole, basically that way and a little further up. So this is the same room that was there. However, before we begin dealing with this area, we're going to rest, and we're going to head back over to our boss battle. Now remember, wherever you rest is where you're going to end up respawning from if you die, and this boss is kind of a hard boss. So, items that we're going to need for this fight. We're not going to need to worry about ninjutsu. If you're going to use a combat art, I'm going to recommend one that doesn't require any spirit emblems. So either Ichimonji, Whirlwind Slash, or if you've gotten any of the others, go ahead and utilize those. But we're going to end up equipping one of the spear items. So we'll go for, I guess the most upgraded one is fine. We're also going to end up equipping... Now, there are kind of two, I guess you could say, accepted strategies with this boss. You can hit this boss with firecrackers, or you can hit him with flame vents. I prefer the flame vent generally because it allows me to stay further away from the boss for longer. So I'm going to use the spring-loaded flame vent. We want to use the tap version of it though. So if you have trouble with like I sometimes do, where you actually get the hold option, you can equip the normal flame vent. Either one is fine. Same thing with the cleaver. You can use the normal loaded spear version if you're worried about utilizing the optional thing. We're just going to be using the drag option, so double tap the right trigger. Specifically, though, we're going to use this during the second phase of the fight. And then we want to dish out as much damage as possible, so I'm going to go ahead and equip Akko's Sugar. And we're also going to equip Oil. So, this boss is basically broken out by two forms. The first form only has one bar, so it kind of is meant to tell you, hey, this is the only form of this boss, and this is just a normal enemy. Hard enemy nonetheless, but a normal enemy. It's not. Once you kill this enemy, it'll have another form, and it has a completely separate set of attacks. So you can almost think about this as two separate boss fights, one after the other. In the first fight is going to be primarily a health-based fight. So we want things that do a lot of damage. We want things like oil and fire, which are going to do chip damage to this enemy, and try to knock down his health as fast as we can. He's going to be jumping around a whole bunch. He has a handful of attacks that basically leave him open for us to potentially hit him with fire. We do have to light him up with oil for that to work, though, so we are going to be using the oil while we're here. Other than that, though, he's going to be jumping around a lot, slamming the ground a lot. This boss pretty much forces you to forget everything that you have thought about and been learning towards in this game, so things are going to feel a little strange for this fight, that's for sure. With that out of the way, though, the second form will kind of return back to the status quo. You'll be doing deflections because the boss will have a sword. And then at that point, whenever we knock the boss down, which will require some specific deflections, specific attacks that we have to deflect to achieve that, we can use the loaded spear to very quickly build up the enemy's posture meter. So, long story short, the first fight will be primarily a health fight, and then the second fight will be primarily a posture meter fight. With that, though, I'm going to drop down and hang out just outside of his periphery, lock onto him. I'm going to hit him with oil and nail him with that. So he's got 3 perilous attacks, that's one of them. When he does that, he's going to throw his poop, and this leaves us an opening, quite literally. If you get him in the head, you will stun him. That attack will grab you. I'm going to equip another Akko Sugar. So we got him again. Oh, he got me. Well. When he throws his shit at you, try to get behind him. And he's done. Oh, that's such a visceral kill. Okay, so now we're going to change boss strategies. So he's going to have that. So basically what we want to do, we want to avoid that. That is a scream attack. It builds up terror on you. Does quite a bit of damage too. Jump for that. He also will jump into the sky. Jump for that. Stay away from the scream if you can. You can deflect that. So he's going to have multiple attacks that he will hit you with. And basically there are several attacks. If you happen to deflect them, it will trigger a specific animation that will leave him vulnerable. So we want to exploit that. There's one of them. And that's the other one. There we go. You can get in a swing, and then double tap the spear option. Make sure to run from him. You can see how much his posture meter now has on it. And he's not really losing the posture either. And he's going to do it again. Get in one swing. Run away. Rinse, repeat. And we got him. Alright, so we got a memory, and we also got the Slender Finger, which is going to be the final of our abilities. It's the final prosthetic ability. Basically what this thing does is it's a finger whistle, which is kind of gross, and it can drive beasts wild. In addition, it can make enemies attack each other, depending on how we use it. There are some upgrades for it that do that. And then Malcontent is probably the strongest ability, because it can basically inflict kind of almost like a fugue state. Very, very useful against the Demon of Hatred boss. So we will definitely be getting some of the upgrades for that later, though it is extremely specific on where it's useful. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and head towards the Sculptor's Idol. Grab a rest, and then we're going to go ahead and pop in here for the Lotus of the Palace. So this is one of the items that Koro needed us to find. So, now we're going to travel over to Kuro's room, let him know about the progress that we've made.
There is something.
Yes.
So we're going to talk to her.
You mean the?
She'll tell us about the Everblossom.
There with event.
We can also give her monkey booze.
Here.
Oh,
Some.
what?
You.
Yeah. And then I remember.
Got another gourd seed we can give her as well.
Goodbye.
That brings us to 8, by the way. We got 2 more that we're going to collect in the game. Oh, before I forget, let's go ahead and enhance our attack power. And we're going to go talk to Kuro. Let him know of our progress.
I asked Lady.
You did?
The tree that it has.
I see.
However, it is
What's fine? Let us.
as you.
Alright, so
I'm glad you.
let's see. I don't think we can do anything else with Kuro at this phase.
My lord.
Oh.
Yes.
So he. Oh, I did the.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, he did have more to say.
Now.
There we go.
Yeah. It says I. Oh.
Okay, I think we've got everything we need there. Let's go talk to Emma.
There is something in the blue to obtain a
Oh, it is how.
the more.
Yeah, here.
This was written.
It with you.
Yes, this I shall.
As I told the more.
Yes, I shall.
Goodbye.
Alrighty, so let's see if there's any other eavesdrops. Don't think so. Okay. Now, one thing that's worth mentioning is the weather has changed again, so kind of each phase that you complete will continue to change the weather a little bit. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it out, I think. In the next episode, we're going to begin down into the Ashina depths. And we're going to end up getting into some additional fights. In fact, we're pretty much got a mini-boss and then another fight very soon afterwards with another boss. So with that, though, take it easy, everybody. Let me know what you thought. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.